first thing we're doing today. Hello chat, say hi. I'm gonna have to change my directory, so sorry to that you people on YouTube. As you know, these are always live streams before they are videos. I'm not gonna wait around though, we're gonna get started. What changed? I simply got our lightsabers the proper color. As they were not last episode, I hadn't quite bothered with them yet. I also talked to Kreia by accident. Sorry. But that means we get to level up into the thing I've been talking about, where I've been saving, like I would have started saving levels if I actually leveled up in this cave without talking to her. I didn't. I went and talked to her, and we get to be Jedi Weapon Master 1 in a second. And let's actually level up, might as well. Skills. I already did this off screen, I was like, wait, probably should wait. Ah, shit, you know what, I should read those. We have greater prestige sense, deflect, and increased melee damage. We can beat people up. Hog, dude. Oh, right. We can double focus and double master 2 weapon. This feat reduces the attack penalty by an additional 1 to a total of -1. For now, I think that's what we'll go with. I don't think there's anything else we should really go with. But actually, we should take finesse for now. Finesse is strong. Also, regenerate health is pretty good. For now, we'll take that. For powers, we can take force immunity. And I'm not even gonna look. It's too strong to like argue with, really. But let's do the cave. Into the cave we go. This is basically what Core Band culminates to, as a big test you do for Kreia. My face cam shuts off because I had to get unplugged last night. I don't think it will, but if it does, then chat, let me know. Please? Please? Would you please?
Do not
it's Bastila, huh?
Of the Jedi Council. The Republic will fall if we do not act now. Already the Mandalorians have taken 3 systems along the rim. They will only grow more powerful with time. Come stand with me. We will use our might to help the Republic in its time of need. Join Revan and I. Together we will battle this menace. The Jedi Council is wise, but will take too long to deal with this threat. We must act now to stop the Mandalorians. I have heard of you. Your masters speak well of you, of your skills in battle. Join us. The Jedi Council is wise, but can make mistakes. History has proven this time and time again. The Council seems content to watch, to debate, while entire systems fall to the Mandalorians. If we don't act now, there may be no Republic army to assist in the future. I sense you will join us. What are your reasons? You should trust in yourself and in your instincts. It was within our power to end the war, and the Council chose to debate behind closed doors while planets burned. Their vaunted wisdom bred only inaction, and that would have led to destruction greater than anything born of the dark side. So, if you could do it all again, the real question is, would you? The Mandalorians await on the edge of space, eager to crush the Republic. You know how this turns out. Would you do it any different, knowing what it costs you? Knowing what it costs the rest? So knowing all that would transpire, would you still follow Revan and I? Excellent. And now you are all alone. Would you join me now? You didn't follow Revan and I down our path. Join us. Your journey hasn't ended yet. Are you so certain? Every step along the way, we did what we thought was right. Perhaps the same path lays before you, but the time of words are done. Now it is time you experienced the full power of the dark side.
I want to save force energy, so I'm going to use a med pack on the last little bit of health. I'm sorry, chat. Oh my god. Like I said, just woke up and stuff, chat. This is the first thing we're doing today, is Kotor this time. It's not the end of the stream, like it has usually been lately. Why did I just do that? I'm not regenerating force energy in here, if you can't tell. Blown out and inoperable. However, its final message remains burnt into the display. The others were confident they could sneak past the shower of breeding grounds. I was ordered to lock the door and wait their return. They can find us way out of the tomb. These visions start to break all the discipline I've gained in my training. They're not damaging me though, if you notice, they're doing 0 damage. It's weird, am I immune for some reason? Oh, someone did 1 damage. Understandable. We lived.
Com says we've lost another heavy droid transport. How can we break through the Mandalorian lines without support? The path is mined and the place is crawling with enemies. I know we've got our orders to press forward, but we're at quarter strength. We can't, General. It's impossible. We need to retreat. General, it would be suicide to go forward. There's just too few of us. We already lost half the men just getting to the path. They've got the rest of the company pinned down by the crash site. You can't possibly ask the troops to go forward. If you ask us to charge, will it make a difference? Will our sacrifice mean something? We will press forward if you ask it. The path is mined. If you ask us to charge, there will be losses, General. Thank you, General. Thank you. And now we fight.
It's enough health, I think. Okay, I gotta try to remember if I can loot these rooms or not. No, not this one apparently. I can do up to like 30 something damage, it's kind of ridiculous. Hiss. I think this one's lootable down here. We'll go this way first. I'm quiet. I just woke up. I'm just tired. But in the gameplay itself, basically. That's a journal entry added. It did not add a journal entry. That's the same journal entries I've been reading the same time. I gotta go to a fucking vendor and clear my inventory soon. Just by selling him all the data pads and shit I don't need. even though they don't sell for any money, I can still just dump them. And there's not. I don't think there's any other way to actually get rid of them. Let's see here, data pads. And you can't like just drop or anything like that. So you have to sell them. You sell them for a profit of 0 credits. So this is the only times I feel like these are useful, actually, in this game. Considering you have so many good, like...
You are to be commended for making it this far. You've revisited the dark moments of your past, and now you must face the present. Your confusion is natural. The others and I will help you understand.
Get away from her! She's a dark Jedi.
Atten, I've had enough of your snide contempt. I will protect myself from this foul-mouthed ruffian.
Hey, what's the commotion here?
Stay out of this, Beodor. This is a personal dispute between Atten and myself.
You're threatening Atten with a lightsaber, and I'm supposed to just stay out of it? No.
The 3 of you would challenge me? You sorely underestimate the power of the Force.
Think again, Kreia. Your dark influence will end.
Your friends are all arrayed against me. Will you stand for this? I will be honest with you. I have. So you will do nothing? Apathy is death. Worse than death. Because at least a rotting corpse feeds the beasts and insects.
Apathy is death. Apathy is death.
Tweet, tweet.
Apathy is...
Okay, chat. Apathy is death. You overestimate the power of the tomb. Any change you feel is coming from within yourself. Instinctually, you know your true path. Trust in your feelings. They will lead you in conquering the many challenges that the future holds for you. Search the room you are in. You should be able to unlock a passage that leads outside the tomb. Ludo Crush's armband, dude. Oh, is it restricted to dark side? But yeah, it's extra strength though. It's not bad actually. Alright, on we go, chat. We'll probably start another planet because I still have like a 20-minute episode left. Like, Sorry, I'm just checking my group chat to make sure there's no new messages. Alright, chat, let's move on. Let's get out of Korriban. Nothing left here for us at all. I don't even think there's side quests on this planet. Like, this is a bare, empty planet. Poor Hissus. Corrupted by dark side energy. Might start crawling around in, what do you call it? My companion's dialogue options and Jedi them, because they should be if you Jedi them quicker, the better, because then they can level up and be higher class Jedi. Like, you can also Jedi them at the very end of the game and they end up level 2. They're like level 2 Jedi Guardian. Yeah, that's great. Helpful. I'm sure they can cast that burst of speed level 1 really hardcore.
Is there? Must be hearing things, but for a moment.
Ooh, Krea's got a crush. I'm just kidding. Now I have ion damage if I want to use it. Doesn't affect my, yeah, 17 to 35, 8 to 22. It's pretty broken, actually. You can do a little more, I think. I think the banned in some, Kotor 1 is really good for that.
Life for yours. I am able to serve. If we enter battle, I will fight and die alongside you. I have not heard that question in some time. My flesh is healed, if that's the answer you seek. I know. And I fear that others will see the mercy in your actions, and in my survival, and use it as a weapon to do you greater harm. I serve my master. I am an emissary, a scout. My master was aware of a disturbance in the Force, but was unaware of its nature, of you. The disturbance is not something one feels from a living thing. There is little my master does not know. And that you eluded his sight for so long is significant. But I do not know why. You cannot. His vessel roams the borders of known space, and even I do not know where he travels. Until he calls for me. Even if I could lead you to my master, I cannot permit you to find him until you are ready. Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask. Why do you do this? Why do you seek to help me? Teach me. You must not do this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me. So you say, but it is not something I have observed or seen. I remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not as it was. There is little left of such memories, or the planet itself. It is not a subject which I have spoken of since its destruction. It was not a thing done with machines or weapons. The Force is far more terrible, and it touches more lives than any machine can hope to slay. For everyone that feels the Force, strongly, deeply, Each one feels and perceives it in their own way. You have strengths, whether you know it or not. And my master has his. His power is great, and it comes from hunger. He is a wound in the Force, more presence than flesh. And in his wake, life dies, sacrificing itself.
You can eat whole planets, chat, literally.
Are beacons to his hunger. My people, my planet, would have been attacked in time. It was inevitable. Yet we could do nothing about it. The Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people, they could achieve the clarity to see what was striking them from the darkness of the galaxy. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And Kotor, with my kind, with the Jedi upon its surface, could no longer be ignored. And my people died, and the Jedi died. And there was no one left, only me. He cannot deny his hunger for long. And any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will grow strong enough to eradicate all life, merely with his presence. They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them, and they did. But they were unprepared for the magnitude of the threat.
Not sure what I did that was so light, so I guess I talked about how I spared her. I already spared her, game. But this is turning into a light side let's play. Like, without even meaning to. All I did was talk to her about how I spared her. I didn't, you know, mention anything particular. I just don't understand why. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll get the dark side points back if I want them later. They're really easy to get. You can just walk up to your companions and get dark side points, for fuck's sakes, dude. Like, they're easy to get, so. Maybe we talk to Kreia? I don't think Bodor can be Jedi'd, right? Am I dumb?
General,
Let's have a conversation with Bodor, though.
Sorry, guess I can't get my head out of the past. I moved around for a couple years. Working as a starship mechanic got me from place to place. I wasn't ready to settle down after the war. Then you understand my restlessness. Though the war had ended, I couldn't find peace in anything. As long as I kept moving, I didn't have to think about what happened. Know what I mean? I'm sure you do. I decided I'd do something constructive. I wanted to make up for the things I'd done in the war. I wanted to design planetary shields, but there weren't many systems with the credits to spare. There was more that needed to be rebuilt and protected. I found out that Telos was going to be the flagship project for the Republic, and it sounded like something good. I saw Telos before the Sith raised it. He deserved a better fate. But Zerka ruined everything. I thought I could force Zerka out on my own, but I guess I can't fix everything myself. It's good to be working with you again, General. Something else I can help? That old thing? I built him when I was a kid. Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off. Hey, just kidding. I'm happy to have you around. He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying techs. I've been thinking about doing some other work on him, but I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship. Something else I can help you with? Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
Can you stop flying around? Will it literally sit still? I wonder. That's weird. Quickly go check on like the disciple or something. Nothing in cargo. At all.
There is something I have observed, and now I feel I must say it. I have found your presence to be inspiring. With your growth in the Force, you seem to have found your center, and throughout the dangers we face, you remain calm and focused. I understand now why others followed you to war. Perhaps that is what leadership is, and it is something I have seen in only a few during my travels. In any event, it has been some time since I traveled with a Jedi, nor one so firmly upon the path. I wanted to thank you. I fear the stories that were spoken of you have misrepresented you, and if I have the opportunity, I shall reverse them whenever they arise. Very well. Then I shall keep my favorable opinions to myself. That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know? You are correct. I am afraid I have not been entirely open with you concerning my past. If I look familiar, it is because we have met before, at the Enclave on Dantooine, many years ago. As on Coruscant, Force-sensitive children are taken to Dantooine as well, though it is done rarely and only with those they believe are destined to become Jedi Knights. It is the secret nature of the place. If you are not chosen by a master when you have come of age, however, then the path of the Jedi is denied to you. I met you on Dantooine, long ago, briefly. You taught us the ways of combat, how to hear music within the movements of a lightsaber blade. It is difficult to explain the difference between you and Master Vrook, but I think it is because he was knowledgeable, but not a leader, not a mentor. You were different. We could all feel it. And I knew that if I were to have a master, I would want it to be you. And then you went to war. Many Jedi went to war, and the Jedi Masters proclaimed that you were Jedi no longer. Atris, the mistress of the Archives, was first among them. I knew at that moment that if you would no longer be a Jedi, then you must be correct. I realized I did not want to be a Jedi. Instead, I wished to follow your path, and in any event, there was no one to train me, even if I wished it. They all went to war, as I grew past the age of acceptance. It is possible to forget the Force, you know. If you have not felt it strongly enough, then there is little to miss. But I never felt the Force as strongly as I did when I was with you. And so I decided to serve the Republic, study the Jedi teachings, gather them perhaps. It was important to me to understand the Jedi now that they were gone. I felt some part of you should be preserved, so that your lessons would not be lost. Perhaps. I still harbor doubts about the path I walked.
I'm sorry, what? That was not the same thing as the subtitles.
It is not time, if there ever is a time. Forgive me, but there is something I must ask. In my study of the Jedi histories and the more contemporary records, I have heard tales of a Jedi who was exiled. You are that Jedi. But the records are somewhat evasive on why this was done. I wanted to discuss why you chose to leave the Jedi Order and accept exile. I see. And because you went to war, they cast you out? Do you have a record of this trial? Perhaps I shall examine it when I get the chance, with your permission. I appreciate your trust. Thank you. I have studied the holorecord of your trial. I am unsure what to make of it. I must confess that I was searching for some meaning beyond the records, a reason for why one would leave the Order. Yes, but exile is rare, and I have found it is not really something that the Order can enforce. Believe it or not, it was really your choice. I don't think so. Perhaps some of them felt strongly about your sentence, but I think something else concerned them. Again, the choice to turn away was yours, not theirs.
He's actually right.
Because I, too, turned away from the Order. Under less extreme circumstances, perhaps, but stemming from the same reasons. I'm not certain I do either, but it is something worth considering. Because I too... I'm not certain I... Then I shall speak no more. Yes?
I can't make him... Did I gain enough interest?
At times, I meditate, simply close my eyes and listen. It is quite calming. I try to treasure these moments before the next crisis begins. Of course, it would be my pleasure. I try to treasure these moments before the next crisis begins. That is hardly surprising. I think you are right. It is time. I have watched you. You have become strong in the Force again.
There we go.
But that is not all. You have achieved a center in the chaos around us. I have felt it, my master. The one intended for me, left to fight in the Mandalorian wars. Now she has returned. And I ask her now if she will train me in the ways of the Force. The one who was to be my master was lost at Malachor 5.
So it ends.
I want you to teach me the ways of the Force, to become a Jedi Knight, what I meant to be.
Disciples take his first steps to be alpha Jedi constantly recording but he tries to see the wisdom of the Force. I increased my maximum Force points by becoming a master. Oogers, chat. I do want to talk to like one more person and start the next planet and like land basically. There's so much to dialogue in this game. You can talk to all your companions so much, like so much. So like, I might have to do an episode where I just do that.
The seer. Her species does not see as we do. They perceive the galaxy through the Force, and it is how she found you. It is a rare gift squandered on her people.
And a curse.
The Sith carry the battle to you, and you spare them. And as we travel, the empty places of this ship are filled. I hope your thoughts in this matter are clear. If you take her on as a servant, know that the Sith meet their end at the hands of their apprentices. It is not something I would wish to happen to you. This one you have saved
Understandable.
has other masters. Though blind, she has ties to darkness. Her presence here is a threat to us, to you. Do not underestimate her or her loyalty. Then you are learning. Did he? And what do you make of that? You are right to trust your instincts. Something is wrong. It is only a matter of discovering what and why. If your instincts lead you to an answer, seek me out. Perhaps we will discuss more. Ask, and I will answer. That crystal is bonded to you. Through you, it
I have to keep
acquires
asking her about it to
strength.
do
Through it, your power is enhanced. Most interesting. Your crystal does not perfectly... Is there something else you would...
Oh yeah, she has to like... Sorry, chat, let me do this really quickly. I have to take it out of my lightsaber and then like... Then we'll go to the next planet and I'll spend the next 10-20 minutes starting it, and then the next episode we'll actually do the planet. She literally upgrades it as you go. It remakes it more tuned to you.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room. Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will follow you because you are a leader.
Yeah, she starts to admit this to you.
Even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
There's like dark side answers here, but like I'm no leader. You should know by now that you're clearly pretty goddamn charismatic.
Do not cloak one word within another. Friends. Do friends not follow? Do friends not form a hierarchy of their own, no matter how small the circle?
They do. They're your friends too. Maybe you can learn to see that way rather than as followers. They are both correct. They really should find a middle ground.
I am too old for friends, and when the years settle upon you, you will dispense with such words as well.
If you say so.
Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others. I know many things.
Why are you mad?
And I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them? They echo you, either fighting or surrendering to their feelings, their loyalty, their duty. Your mere presence serves as an example to them of something to uphold or something to fight against. Watch them carefully, see their patterns, and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done. Good, and then act upon it. It is a powerful tool to motivate others. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength. Ask, and I will answer. That crystal is bonded to you. Let me focus on there. Now it is fully in tune with. Is there something else you wish? A discussion, perhaps, for a...
It's fine. Where did I get dark side points from? I actually don't understand where I got dark side points from. I don't know what I did that was mean there. That's implying the dark side is mean. It's not. (6 to 24) ion damage +1 +2 light side damage versus dark side. Restricted to light side, restricted to neutral or light side. Dexterity, strength, and wisdom plus. That's a lot of bonuses. Like that's actually broken. Like that's a really good saber. To be honest with you, chat. Our Jedi by level 25 to 30. I think I can still reach 30 in this game. I don't think I've skipped enough quests yet. I don't know though. I should be able to get really high at least. By like 25, she should be broken, like shattered, like really broken. Who else can I talk to? Atten? I don't know if Atten will become a Jedi. I think he stays scoundrel. We're not playing until next episode. By the way, I forgot. I'm sorry. And it's been 44 minutes, and I want to talk to my companions. This has become the Talk to Companions episode.
It's hard to explain, but it's
we'll do this for a bit longer, and the next episode we'll do the next planet.
It shows. Kind of inspiring, to be honest. Anyway, just wanted to mention.
Yeah, he will, I think, if I recall, become a Jedi.
All right. What did you want to know?
Oh, he just wants to play Pazak. Pure Pazak. Alright, just talk to Boadur one more time quickly. And then I guess we'll end the episode. Vice has been spoke to. T3 is kind of redundant. I mean, I think he can make me make spikes, unless it's Kotor 1. Where am I going? Cargo for what's his name?
I didn't want to talk about the war, but can I ask you something? Why did you decide to fight? I felt the same way. I remembered when word of the Mandalorian attacks arrived on Iridonia. My people had colonies across the Outer Rim. Many of them were among the first systems to fall. I did not join because I wanted to protect, though. I hated them. I wanted to destroy them, to give them the mercy they gave the people they conquered. I remember the thrill I felt when we fought them in battle. Victories were rare, but we celebrated every Mandalorian's death. Do you know how it felt? It's always on my mind now. That loss of control blinded me, turned me into a weapon. I just needed to get that off my chest. Was there something you wanted me for? I got tired of it, kept dropping my hydro spanner, figured I'd get a new one. If you were me, you'd probably want to joke about it too. Actually, it was a souvenir from Malachor. I was lucky I didn't lose more. But at least it gave me something to do, right? Everyone always said I was probably half the machine anyway. Something else I can help you with? If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't take seeing my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it. So something else I can help you with?
Alright, influence has ended for him. We're actually almost at max influence with everybody. Like, that we can get. Like, I've scoured most dialogue options, and that's a good thing because you unlock more as you hit more planets. So, like, it's not like we're done, we just have to hit more planets. And therefore, like, again, sometimes it takes time, too. Like, you literally have to wait a day to talk to somebody again. Like, if I talk to Kotor right now, he'll have no options, but if in, like, a day, like an episode, basically, I talk to him again, he'll have a bunch of options again. Like, Kreia has billions of them. You can't even get through all of them. Like, half of them are tied to dark side, or light side, or neutral. Like. Same goes for all the characters, really, but, so next episode we'll go to... Where do you want to go next? I think I want to go to Nar Shaddaa. It's a really quite fun place to go. Then there's Onderon late game. I think I'll do Onderon late game. We'll end up on Duxon first, I think. Yeah, well, that's what we'll do next episode. Let's find a pretty place to save. I'll see you guys for episode 12. If you're on Twitch, I'll be right back. If you're on YouTube, it'll be 2 days from now, and I'll see you guys for that.